A fantasy draft is the great equalizer in Madden franchise. So for the first time in Madden 24, with the help of Mikey McDingle, the greatest coach of all time, we're gonna take the lowest overall team in Madden 24, the Arizona Cardinals, and try to save them through a fantasy draft. And they especially need it after trading away one of their recent very high draft picks for a half-used battery, but I'm excited because this is gonna be a really fun one. But super quick, for my first fixing the franchise video of Madden 24, let's see if we can get to 2,000 likes. Just take the 2 seconds. It's a super easy and free way to support the channel in a massive way, and it'll help me know that y'all want to see another one of these. So again, 2,000 likes and we'll do another. And be sure to subscribe if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one, because we are still growing very quickly. Like, an insanely low percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed, which is insane because I make long videos, so people are watching all the way through my videos but not subscribing. So be sure to if you're not already, because if you like rebuilds, you're definitely in the right place. I do special videos for every milestone, so I'll do a fun one whenever we hit 15k. But very last thing, turn on notifications if you want to make sure that you never miss one of these videos and be one of the first people to ever see them. I upload at weird times sometimes, so it'll help you know whenever I upload. And just let me know any fun rebuild ideas you might have down below. But that is enough plugging, more than enough. I'm excited to get into our first fantasy draft of Madden 24. Expect maybe another one this Sunday, we'll see. But if you've seen one of these before, y'all know how it works. I'll take the first few picks and show them, and then I'll just take the rest off screen, off camera, so it doesn't take an eternity. So with that, let's get into the fantasy draft, and let's hope we have a good pick. Okay, not great. We have number 20. Did they change how this works? We have 20, and then we have 20 again in the next round. Interesting. But there are a few 99 overall players available. But I think we're gonna go with maybe the most dominant player in this game that isn't a QB. That's gonna be Aaron Donald. Is obviously old, but is still very good. Hopefully he doesn't retire on us too early, but while he's here, he should be a monster, so let's take him. I mean, we're building a retirement home, but if we can get another 99 overall in the second round, we might as well do that. Maybe weird to pick guard this early? Yeah, it might be. It actually might be. We might not do that. Let's bring a stud receiver back to Arizona after only a few months. Again, retirement home, but DeAndre Hopkins is still very good in my opinion, and should stay at least decent throughout the rebuild. So let's take him here. Okay, and at this point, he is still available. Let's just take Zach Martin to try and fill out this offensive line a little bit. And a lot of the corners are already gone here, so let's go with a young developmental corner in Tariq Woolen. Big surprise last year, obviously. So hopefully he can create some turnovers for this defense. And running back is very important in this game, so let's go with Aaron Jones in, I think, the 6th round. Okay, I lied, but now in actually the 6th round, let's finally take our QB, and let's take one that is very good in this game. Heavily overrated in real life, but very good in this game, and that's gonna be Brock Purdy, to hopefully be our QB of the future. And with the last pick here that I'm gonna show, let's go with CJ Gardner-Johnson, a still very young, really solid safety to round out these picks. But with that, I'm gonna take obviously the rest of these picks, and hopefully we can build a solid roster. Okay, well, this is the team we drafted, and this team is low-key really nice. I feel like this is a good balance of actual already good players and young developmental players. We're an 84 overall, and a good amount of our team, especially our defense, is still very young. Like Tariq Woolen, Keanu Benton, Julius Brents, Keely Ringo, Drake Jackson, Jack Campbell, Dan Henley, Sidney Brown. Our defense isn't the best overall at only a 79, but again, it should develop a lot, and our offense is an 89. Definitely an offense-heavy team, but that's obviously the way you want to be. I mean, look at the Chiefs. But I mean, players that I didn't show us pick, we picked George Pickens, Isaiah Hodgins, Jonathan Mingo, Evan Ingram. I don't think I showed most of the offensive linemen. We have the two Browns at tackle, Trent Brown and Orlando Brown. I moved him back to right tackle, even though I'm sure he's going to be super upset about that. But fuck it. Even our depth is good. Like Joe Tippmann, Blake Freeland is solid. We have Tank Bigsby as our number 2 running back. I like that. The main thing I'm worried about with this team is actually the pass rush duo. They went early for good reason. I mean, that's the most important position on defense, in my opinion at least. So we're stuck with Frankie Louvu, who kind of sucks in this game. He's really good in real life. I love him as a Washington State fan, but he gets like 4 sacks per season in this game, so that's not great. And then hopefully Drake Jackson or Cam Thomas or Nick Hampton or somebody can do something there. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let's actually get into this rebuild, and hopefully we can save the Cardinals. Okay, well, at the midseason point of year 1, we are 4-3. Not bad, but I think we legitimately might have the best roster in the NFL already. And this wasn't even a team I was trying to make like a crazy high overall. I was just trying to get a good mix of like young and good players, like I said. Do we go up to an 85 after the upgrades, or do we stay in 84? Okay, we stay in 84, so we're probably like tied for the best, maybe. But maybe we're like 2nd or 3rd. Let me check real quick. I'm curious now. Okay, the Ravens are tied with us. We saw that, though. The Patriots have an 85, so it looks like they might have the best roster out of any team right now. Yeah, they do. So we are tied for the 2nd best roster. So I would say we did pretty well. We have a tandem breakout here. Who's this going to be? Is this going to be like, I don't know, Purdy Pickens or something? Can QBs get one in these tandem breakouts? I don't know how it works. Maybe it'll be like Njoku fucking D-Hop. I don't know. It is D-Hop Pickens. Okay, that's what it is. We will go. He's wearing 14. That's ugly. That doesn't even look like him. Oh no, that's George Pickens. Never mind. I guess we'll go praise George Pickens. 2,500 XP for D-Hop, and we'll see if George Pickens can hit that. If he does, I'll show it. If not, we'll just be at the end of the year. But we have some re-signings to make here. Ooh. So 3 good starters to begin with at the beginning, and 3 more, I guess, down here. Not that they're important, but I mean, kind of. But Zach Martin, Brock Purdy, and Trent Brown. Yikes. We'll offer 3 years, 72.3 mil to Zach Martin. He does re-sign. Of course, none of them are interested, even though we're doing well. Brock Purdy, that's not too bad. 6 years, a little under 80 mil. He does re-sign too. That could end up being a good value in the future. And then Trent Brown, 2 years, 28 mil. He also re-signs. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We had to overpay a little bit for Zach Martin, but even then, that wasn't really an overpay at all. Also, some other good players here. I do want Dan Henley back. He is a starter right now, so he comes back. Beautiful. And then it's a lot of depth players here. I guess we can try to re-sign AJ Cole and Justin Tucker and Kyle Juszczyk just so we don't have to worry about those positions later on. And we do get all 3 of them back. Okay, cool. So it wasn't ideal to begin with, but we definitely made it out fine. So with that, we'll see if we hit the breakout, but if not, I'll see y'all at the end of year number 1. Okay, well, I picked a good first day to record this. The Cardinals traded Isaiah Simmons, Josh Jones, and then traded for Josh Dobbs for some reason. What the hell are they doing? If you're in a rebuild mode, right, why are you getting rid of 2 younger players that still have room to develop and could eventually turn into solid players for you for nothing? I mean, I get they're like heading into like last year's of their contract, but still, they're getting rid of them for nothing and trading more for Josh Dobbs than they probably got in return for those 2. I don't know what they got for Josh Jones, but he was good for them last year. But like, why trade that away for a quarterback who is maybe gonna start like half the year if Murray's out? But even then, if Colt McCoy and Clayton Tune looked bad, you want a tank. Why are you trading for an older-ish QB? Like, am I missing something here? Are they planning something different? Are they planning to trade Kyler? I don't know. And I thought Colt McCoy is better than Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs was good when he came in for the Titans, but like, what's the thought process? I'm so confused about what they're doing. I just wouldn't have made any of those moves if I was the Cardinals, but whatever. Like, if you're in a rebuild mode, why not trade away like Kelvin Beachum or something, because he's really old, or like Zach Ertz or something? Like, why 2 young developmental players and then spend those picks on a QB who isn't even, in my opinion, better than QBs you already have? And even if he is, it's not necessarily a good thing. I don't know what they're doing, but we finished very good here. We finished 13-4. I thought we were gonna choke. We did lose the breakout game. We didn't hit the breakout either, but we did not lose a single game after that. I think we were like 4-4, and we finished 13-4. Good lord. Brock Purdy was solid. 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns. The 14 picks is a little bit high, but I mean, it's fine, I guess. 70% completion percentage, that's good. Aaron Jones with almost 1,300 yards, 4.4 per carry, 14 touchdowns, lots of fours there. D-Hop with almost 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns. Hodgins with a little over 900, 5 touchdowns. Pickens was fine. Ingram didn't do a whole lot. Blocking, ooh, Trent Brown was pretty not great. Orlando Brown wasn't great either, but the interior was good. It was solid for sure. On defense, good lord. Jack Campbell led the team with 123 tackles. Tackles for loss, 17 for Donald, 13 for Armstead, and then sacks, 26 for Aaron Donald. In what world is someone getting 26 sacks? I mean, maybe, but I thought they had fixed the whole way too high sack numbers thing, but apparently not. I won't complain because he's on our team, but still. And Aaron Donald wouldn't get those kind of numbers. I mean, he's really good, but he gets like triple teamed. He can get through them, but I don't know if he's getting through for 26 sacks. Frankie Louvu was surprisingly really good, almost 10 sacks for him, 9.5. 6.5 for Drake Jackson. Better pass rush than I expected. A lot better, actually. And then interceptions, 2 for CJ Gardner-Johnson, and then 1 for quite a few players, including Drake Jackson for some reason. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes on the Titans. Okay. Oh, that's cursed. Jalen Hurts on the Cowboys at 2. You know who I don't see? Are we free from Dak Prescott? Maybe we just need to do a fantasy draft every time so we don't see Dak Prescott top 2ing every single MVP. There's some cursed shit going on here. Geno on the Ravens, Josh Allen on the Lions, Aaron Rodgers on the Seahawks. This is all weird. Deshaun Watson on the Rams. Some of these fantasy drafts are more cursed than others. This is definitely a cursed one. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Devontae Smith, who I was thinking about drafting. D-Hop at number 2. Damn, the Seahawks backfield is Josh Jacobs and Aaron Rodgers. That's interesting. But no other Cardinals up here. Defensive Player of the Year obviously goes to Aaron Donald. I would be scared if someone beat the 26 sacks. Although, to be fair, in last year's game, I saw him getting almost 40 at times. And Myles Garrett. Why is every team right here, like, terrible? Oh, I guess it's the same. No, it's 3 different teams. Either way, no other Cardinals up here. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bijan on the Buccaneers. Definitely fixing their recent running back issues. Anthony Richardson on the Vikings at 2. It's fun to see where all these rookies are landing. Tank Bigsby at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marty Mapu. The Patriots drafted him, right? I think he's going to be good for them, by the way. He's a pretty good scheme fit for what they want to do there. But he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year? I don't know about that, but maybe. Of the Falcons. He's on the Falcons now. Jack Campbell at number 2. Wish we could have won that, but it is what it is. Will Anderson on the 49ers? That's scary, but they still suck here, so I don't know. But with that, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Of course, we get a first round bye. The Seahawks were also 13-4. We beat them in week 18, but they were no slouch either. They were just as good as us. In the divisional, it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. What is their team? They had Jalen Hurts. They also somehow drafted Minka. They also had, who was it up there? I saw like Marquise Brown. What is their team? Although ours is pretty nasty too. They also have Jeffrey Simmons, Matt Milano, yeah, Marquise Brown, Eric Kendricks, Montez Sweat. This is a solid team. Good lord. I definitely think ours is a little better, but this team's pretty good too. We have some upgrades here for some reason. I mean, we didn't play. I guess they're just from practice. Oh, it's Blake Freeland. How exciting. I'm surprised they gave him a 69. I mean, he's kind of a raw player. I feel like he should be a lower overall with a good dev trait, but I don't know. But we have a first of many scenario here, staring at a black screen. You're going into your first playoff game. Gotta play it cool. Y'all know me. We'll probably lose this game, honestly, because we do have the better team and we're at home. We have everything going for us, so we're probably gonna lose. But let's simulate this game against the Cowboys. Hopefully we can win, maybe? Okay, and yeah, we do lose. We get kind of smoked. They double our score, more than double. They beat us 22-10. Not great. Does this give us staff points if we lose? Oh, no, it doesn't. Wait, did it say 5 staff points? I don't know. Either way. Okay, it did. Thanks for the sweet, juicy staff points. And let's get into the offseason. Starting sooner than I expected, but that's Madden simulation. At least we did well with a good roster, though. That's a first. In the regular season, I mean. But the Cowboys do go on to win the Super Bowl, 35-28 over the Ravens. Again, I feel like all the Super Bowls Cardinals in this game are teams that like go into the season with a lot of hype, but just can never win the Super Bowl. Like both of those teams always have loaded rosters and just can't do a whole lot in the playoffs usually. I feel like that's the theme for a lot of the rebuilds here, which is fair, but still. But the Cowboys do win a very high-scoring Super Bowl. I wonder if anyone retired. I hope not. Ooh, I hope Aaron Donald doesn't retire very soon. I see we went down 1 overall. I'm hoping we just regressed a little bit and didn't have any retirements. Let me check. Our offense is a little lower. Maybe like Zach Martin retired? No, he's still here. Just a little bit of regression like Andrews, Martin. Well, no, Martin didn't regress. Ingram, Brown, D-Hop, Aaron Jones. That's valid. What were our hidden devs, by the way? I don't know rookies dev traits in this game. So Brent, Brown, and Campbell were all just star dev, which that's fair. Mingo was also star. I'm not the biggest Jonathan Mingo fan, but maybe he can be decent. Joe Tippmann was also star. We actually had a ton of rookies. So I guess if we do get retirements, we should have some players to, you know, replace them already in place. But let's see who we have to resign. I almost forgot to check. Do we have anybody? Parker Washington. I like him a lot in real life. Garrett Williams. Just some more rookies that I drafted. Actually, these are like all rookies. Good lord. Or Dane Belton isn't, but the rest are. Okay, yeah, these are all just backups. So we're good here. And let's get into free agency. I don't know if there's going to be anybody good, but we will see. Okay, well, considering the best 4 players in free agency are 3 punters and a fullback, I think it's safe to say it's not a very good free agent class. We will say that. I don't think I'm going to do literally anything because just signing anybody here would replace a player that will probably develop past whatever player I could sign here within the year, if that makes any sense. The only one I really wanted was Michael Mayer, but he has 13 offers and he's not interested at all, so I don't think that's gonna happen. We could get like Sam Laporta, I guess. Who even drafted him? I think the Lions did, right? I get him. I get like all the tight ends from this class mixed up other than Michael Mayer for some reason. But anyways, I guess we'll see if we can get Sam Laporta. I don't even know if we're gonna get him. I don't even know if I care if we get him or not. He'll just be our number 2 tight end anyways. But let's see. Okay, he does sign. And we do get him. Okay, cool. He'll be our 2nd tight end. That's fine, I guess. That's not really gonna matter more than likely, but I guess he's a good number 2 tight end to have at the very least. Oh yeah, and also I didn't even mention we did get a couple dev-ups, obviously. Brock Purdy, D-Hop. So we're looking pretty good. I also might bump down the regression sliders a little bit. I don't bump them down much. I think tight ends regress too quickly in this game. Like most tight ends can play like late-ish into their 30s and still be good. So I think I'm gonna drop those and maybe like some other positions. But anyways, with that, let's get into the draft. I don't even know what picks this team has. I think they have some good ones from the Texans. We shouldn't have them. When we do a fantasy draft, it should just automatically reset every team's picks. But yeah, we do have Houston's 1st round pick and 3rd round pick and the Titans' 3rd round pick. What's that from? I'm not sure, but either way, let's get into the draft. Okay, well, here in the draft, the Packers have the number 1 overall pick. That's different. I'm kind of curious to see who the hell they took. Oh yeah, that's not a great team. That makes sense. Their best player is Deebo Samuel at like a 90, and then they don't really have much else other than him. They have a few decent players, but like, what did they do? Baker is their QB. Alvin Kamara regressed pretty hard. Good lord. Yeah, regression seems a little extreme at times for sure. All right, well, I don't even know who they drafted in the early rounds. But anyways, we have the number 12 pick thanks to the Texans. And who do we want to pick here? We really don't even have that many needs that we could fill through the draft because we already have like young or just already good players at almost every position. We do kind of need a defensive tackle, but it's not like desperate. Keanu Benton's solid. Corey Maynard is pretty good, or Maynard, I don't know. Pretty much all these defensive tackles right here look pretty good. Josh Ballard looks like the best though, maybe. And he's not supposed to go until later, so I think we'll just take him with our 2nd 1st round pick. We might not even have to take him that early, but just to be safe. But I think we're gonna go with a corner here then. The one I wanted is gone, unfortunately, but let's see who else looks good. Damn, that guy's strong. Ironically, I think the best looking corner is a guy that's not supposed to go until the 2nd or 3rd round. Devin Sykes. He looks amazing. He has B zone coverage, B press, B to D man, but he's listed as a man corner and has B zone, so I'm guessing that's B man coverage, or else he would be listed as a zone corner. Probably not good awareness. It's probably a C because he does have D play rec, but a lot of the time that doesn't matter. And oh yeah, he ran a 4.35 at the combine, a 4.32 at his pro day. Really good vertical jump. I think we're gonna trade down because we don't need to take either of these guys that early. Trade down value sucks in this game most of the time, but any value is better than none here, I guess. Because we're almost guaranteed to get the same two players we would get anyways. Is this a serious trade? Is this serious? Trade down to 15 for no value? Literally nothing else? Yeah, that makes sense. Let me think about that. Pretty good offer. No, there's literally not a single decent offer here. And not a single first round pick this year. They're all next year or later. What the fuck? You know, wait, actually, this trade right here. Pick up a first, a fourth, a sixth, and a seventh to move down to 38. That's actually not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than most trades in this game. I think we're gonna do that. That's a lot of extra value to pick up. So we'll trade down with the 49ers, interdivision trade, but it is what it is. And let's get to pick 28. So I think first we'll go with Ballard, just because he's higher on the board for defensive tackles than the other guy was on the list for corners. He looks really nice. He's really fast, really strong. It doesn't have elite anything for the athletic skills, but that's fine. And his ratings are really good too. A pursuit, A hit power, A play rec, lots of Bs. He actually looks really good. Probably normal dev, I would guess. Like, that's the only reason I could imagine he's still here or projected to go this late, but let's take him. Yeah, normal dev, but that's fine. He'll still probably be a really good overall. 93 strength, 77 speed, 79 excel for a defensive tackle. That's pretty crazy. I like that pick a lot. I wish he had a dev trait, but I expected it. And then 10 picks later, let's go with the corner, Devin Sykes. Obviously, y'all saw him. He looked great. He's 6 foot, 184, 22 years old, out of Illinois. Low injury, so again, might be another normal dev, but he looks like he's a good enough overall to make up for it. Could have a dev trait, I don't know, but a lot of the time, these kind of like second round corners do just have normal dev, but I've seen a lot of them that are around like a 78 overall, so that's pretty good. But let's take him. And he does have hidden. Ooh. He's not as fast as I thought he would be. I mean, that's still really fast, but I thought he would be like 95 speed. But either way, should be a good player. He might be closer to like a 75 though, again, because I thought he would be faster, but still looks like a good player. And guess what? We got the same two players we were gonna take anyways, and we got an extra like first, fourth, fifth, sixth. Like, we're looking pretty good. Deshaun Watford. Nice attempted rebrand, Bill Cosby. I'm not believing your lies. Why does every pass rusher here look so terrible? All right, and I don't know who else to go with, so I think we'll just go with a linebacker. We kind of need a linebacker. We don't really, because we do have Dayan Henley as the number 2, but Braylon Shaw looks pretty good. He doesn't look amazing, though. He'll probably be around a 70 overall. We're just hoping for a dev trait. Not super fast, but decently fast, I guess. Not crazy strong, but strong. Good ratings, but not amazing ratings. He'll probably be like a 70 overall. Could be better, could surprise. I mean, I could see a world where he's like a 73, 74 maybe, but let's go with Braylon Shaw out of Arizona State. Is normal dev, but good speed, good excel, good strength. We'll see what his overall is. But anyways, with that, I might make 1 or 2 more picks. We'll see, but I'll see y'all for the draft recap. Okay, well, we had a very nice draft, I'm not gonna lie. At least the first 3 picks. Ballard is a 75 overall, obviously no dev trait for him, but Devin Sykes is a 78, so he is, I guess, what I said he could be. I thought he would be closer to a 75, but he is a 78. Looking very nice, 69 play rec, nice, and I think he'll immediately be our number 2 corner, so I like that pick a lot. And then Braylon Shaw is even a 74. Again, I guess what I said he could be. Better speed than I thought he would have, good strength, 69 zone, nice, lots of 69s for some reason. And then I took Bobby Hayden was our last pick. I don't know why I took a QB. I just didn't know what else to take, and he looked good. He is a 68 with a hidden dev, which is solid for sure. Could be good trade bait eventually. He looks fat. Why does he look like that? I thought that wasn't a thing anymore. I thought they changed how some players look just randomly fat. That's interesting. And then the CPU was obsessed with drafting front 7 players. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. 6 of the 7 picks they made trade, we're in the front 7. Why? I was gonna take Justin Robertson, but I just forgot. It said he was like a second to third round talent. He was a 73 overall outside linebacker. Moving him inside, he went down to a 72, but he does look pretty nice. They made good picks, but I just don't know why they picked so many. I think I moved all of them to where they're gonna play. I didn't move Avery Russell. Okay, yeah, he'll be an outside linebacker at 6'6", 269. Nice, again. I'm very mature, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I think Newton has a dev trait, so that's pretty cool. And then I don't know if any of the others do, but they're all solid players, I guess. But anyways, with that, let's get into year number 2 of the rebuild. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. No changes on offense literally at all. Up to an 88 overall offense heading into year number 2. And not too many changes here on defense, but we added Shaw, Ballard, and Sykes in the draft. So 3 upgrades there, 3 rookies that are going to start. Obviously a very young defense outside of, I guess, like 3 or 4 players. But I really like how we're looking. So with that, not much else to say here. Let's just get into year number 2, and I'll see y'all at the mid-season. Okay, well, for some reason we are worse in year number 2. Only 3 and 4 at the mid-season. What happened? I mean, we're up to an 86 overall now. Like, we should be doing better, but that's Madden simulation for ya, as I always say. Super well made. But we have some re-signings to make here. Who is gonna be here is the question. Probably a lot of players. A lot of good ones. Maybe I lied. Jack Campbell, Isaiah okay, well, actually, yeah, a decent amount of starters. But nothing too bad, I guess, although one of our best players is here in DeAndre Hopkins. Definitely want Jack Campbell back. Is our number 1 linebacker. That's a pretty cheap deal, and he does accept it. D-Hop, we'll re-sign him after the year. He'll be cheaper because he'll regress a little bit, probably down to like an 88, 87. Orlando Brown, it's kind of expensive. I don't know about that. I mean, it's not like nearly as expensive as he is in real life, but we could probably just get someone on like a rookie deal that would play as well or better than him. So that might be the move. Sidney Brown I want back for sure, especially because he is so cheap. 4 years, only 14.8 mil. Sounds good to me. Evan Ingram will resign. Is regressing already for some reason. I mean, he's just barely breaking out in real life. Connor Williams will resign too. 2 years, 23 mil. That's not a bad deal at all. He does resign. Was really good for the Dolphins last year. And then everyone else here is just a bunch of backups. So Hodgins, we can just, you know, get someone who's actually interested or just draft a 3rd receiver or something. Brown, same deal. We'll probably just draft someone. And then D-Hop will probably re-sign at the end of the year. So we're looking fine there. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 2. And hopefully our team and our offense can rebound. We are 29th in points per game. Not great. Okay, well, super quick before I reveal how we did in year number 2. If you haven't already and you've made it here, again, be sure to subscribe. You know, lots more fun special videos coming up soon. I'll do another one once we hit 15K, and if we can hit 2,000 likes on this video. 2 separate ones, obviously, and I mean, plus if you do both, you know, it'll just recommend more of my videos to you, and if you like rebuilds, you're definitely in the right place, as I always say, because that's literally all I do. But enough plugging, and in year number 2, we finished 11-6, once again making the playoffs. We definitely turned this team around already, but obviously we want a Super Bowl, which they are very hard to get in this game. Because you can build probably a 99 overall team, maybe not that extreme, but you could probably build a 95 overall team, and I would bet more often than not they would not even make the Super Bowl. Like, it's disgusting. Madden simulation is awful. But Brock Purdy, not an amazing year. I mean, it was solid. 3,700 yards, 24 touchdowns, 8 picks. It was fine. Aaron Jones with a little over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. D-Hop with 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, but not much outside of him. Blocking, oh yeah, I'm glad we're moving on from Orlando Brown. He was awful. Trent Brown was also pretty terrible. Connor Williams wasn't great, but Andrews and Martin were solid, especially Andrews. And then Jack Campbell led the team with 132 tackles for loss, 20 from Aaron Donald and Eric Armstead, 15 from Frankie Louvu. Sacks, like I expected, are down this year, but 18.5 from Aaron Donald is still good. 6.5 from Louvu. Oop, I closed out of it. That's not great at all. Eric Armstead with only 5.5, and Jack Campbell had more sacks than Drake Jackson. That's fun. Interceptions, 3 for CJ Gardner-Johnson, 2 for Jack Campbell, and then 1 for a few players. Has Tariq Woolen had like 1 combined interception this whole rebuild? That's, again, I love realism. It's great. Lamar Jackson wins MVP here on the Bears. Nope, there's Dak on the Patriots now. Interesting. Daniel Jones is the Eagles quarterback now. Ew, this is all gross, like I said. I think the grossest one is Mahomes on the Titans. That's weird. Oh, well, Jacoby Brissett goes to the Commanders. I guess that makes sense. Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC goes to Lamar. I don't think we'll see any Cardinals on here. No, I was thinking maybe D-Hop, but nah. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa on the Commanders. Aaron Donald at number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Darian Means of the Commanders. No Cardinals up here. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Amir Alberry of the 49ers. Braylon Shaw at number 4, the linebacker. Devin Sykes, the corner, at number 6. And no other Cardinals. So not great in terms of awards, but at least we're in the playoffs. But speaking of that, we're going to be taking on the 10-7 New York Giants in the wild card. Looks like they have Pat Surtain. Who's their QB again? It's not Hurts. He's on the Cowboys. I actually don't know who their QB is here. It's probably someone weird. It's Mac Jones. All right. Overhated in real life for sure, but definitely interesting. This doesn't exactly scream playoff team to me, but fair enough. They do have Roquan. They kept Kayvon Thibodeau and have Danielle Hunter. That's kind of a nasty duo. Okay, their defense looks solid for sure. I don't know how great their offense is, though. But anyways, let's simulate this game against the Giants, and I can't wait to lose. It's gonna be great, because we, of course, have the better team. Okay, no, we do smoke them, thankfully. That's valid. We had a kind of much better team. I wouldn't say much better, because they were all right, but we were definitely better, and we were at home, so that's fair. Now, the Lions definitely look better, but I think we're still a better team than them. Especially, we have an upgrade for Keanu Benton. Not that exciting. I meant to say especially because, but I just said especially. I don't know why. English is tough, apparently, but the Lions, they have Josh Allen, right? Yeah, they also have Nick Chubb, Joey Bosa, Teron Armstead. This team looks solid for sure. Kyle Hamilton, Michael Pittman, Jalen Johnson. This is a good team. This is like the all underrated team. Joey Bosa, Teron Armstead, Michael Pittman, I guess, Jalen Johnson, Shaq Mason, Deontay Banks. This is a fun team. They got DJ Chark back for whatever that's worth, but hopefully we can take them out here. So with that, let's see if we can beat the Lions. We're really only putting up 7 points with this good of an offense. I mean, our offense actually played terrible this year, but it is a good overall. I almost wonder if it's time for a playbook change. I mean, maybe that's a little overreactionary. Is that even a word? I don't know. But I mean, this should not be one of the worst offenses in the NFL. It should be one of the best. I wonder if we should just cheese it and go Chiefs playbook. Or Bucks? I mean, we were a good offense last year, though, but I do remember the Cardinals' offense not working very well for us. So I guess we'll try this out, and hopefully that works a little better. Our defense is doing well, all things considered, though. I mean, we kind of just have Aaron Donald, and that's mostly it. I mean, we have Tariq Woolen, too, CJ Gardner-Johnson, but there's nobody here other than Aaron Donald that's, like, top tier, at least in terms of overall here. But anyways, with that, let's get into the offseason, and hopefully there are some good players available in free agency, but we'll see. You never know. Could be like last year, could be amazing. We'll see. Okay, well, that might be the weirdest Super Bowl I've ever seen. The Raiders beat the Lions 17-0. The Raiders and the Lions? Really? I mean, I guess they have different teams, but still. I mean, the Lions are maybe good enough in the next couple years to make a Super Bowl, but the Raiders? I don't even think their coaching staff is good enough to get them to a Super Bowl, especially their roster too, but at least that changes here. That's an interesting one. We will say that. But for re-signings, D-Hop didn't regress too much at all, and he got X Factor now. We definitely want to re-sign him. We will offer him 3 years, 45 mil. That's not even too bad. But let's see if he takes that, and he does. We love to see that. Orlando Brown, we are more than good letting him go. Everyone else here is just depth, so we're chilling. I guess Isaiah Hodgins is a starter, but like, he's replaceable. If he was interested, then sure, but he's replaceable for sure. Oh... In free agency, it isn't very good, once again. Orlando Brown is the second best player available. That's not ideal. I mean, we'll try to get some players, but I don't know how much we're gonna be able to do here. God, I love how every single tackle just sucks absolute cock and nuts in this game, even if they're a good player. Like, all 3 of these guys had like 12 sacks allowed each last year. Definitely makes sense. It looks like Frankie Louvu did get star dev, which why did he get it this year? He wasn't good this year. He was much better last year. I guess we'll take it though. I do think we'll look for maybe a second pass rusher, maybe a linebacker, maybe an interior D lineman, maybe a safety, definitely a tackle. I'm already looking at a receiver, so there are some things for us to do, but I wish there were better players, man. Free agency's never good in these fantasy drafts. That's the only downside of these. Okay, well, I don't feel great about it, but these are going to be the players we're going to go for in free agency. It's going to be Rondale Moore, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Blake Freeland. There were other players I wanted. It's just they weren't interested in joining the team literally at all, so couldn't really do much there, but we do have the lead for these three players. Moore will obviously start. Freeland hopefully won't start. Hopefully we can draft somebody to upgrade over him, and then Tomlinson might start, but we also have the guy we drafted last year, so we'll see what happens there. But let's see if we can sign any of these three players. Two of them sign. Oh, my voice went out. Tomlinson doesn't sign, though. I don't know if we're going to get him. The Bills and Saints are also interested, and he's also probably interested in joining those teams, so we'll see what happens. But we do get Rondale Moore and Blake Freeland, not Blake Freeland. But I guess we'll do that one more time. He does sign. I'm guessing he will go to the Saints. Okay, he goes to the Bills. All right, well, I tried to guess. Definitely not an ideal free agent class, but I guess if it sucks for us, it sucks for every other team too, so it's like fine, but still, I would have liked to get, you know, better players. But anyways, with that, let's get to the draft, and let's hopefully upgrade this team if we even can. Okay, well, here in the draft, we have the number 2 overall pick. Wait, which pick is that? Do we still have Texans picks, or is that the 49ers pick? Where am I going? What am I doing? What am I checking? Draft picks. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? Okay, no, that's the 49ers pick. They just absolutely suck for some reason. We will take that. Love to see that in game and in real life too. Would love to see that. But let's skip to the next pick, and we really can pick anyone pretty much. I don't think I was going to take Pierce. He did look good, but we don't need receiver at all. We do need pass rush though. I don't know if this guy's good. He doesn't actually look great. Definitely not number 2 overall great. I thought this dude's name was Randy Randall. I was about to fucking take him in a heartbeat. Danny Randall isn't quite as cool. It sounds like a late 90s Cartoon Network show or something. This guy looks pretty good. He has good power and good finesse, which is kind of rare. I guess his run block power isn't the best. He's definitely more of a finesse guy. His combine was crazy. Do we need a tackle? I mean, we do kind of need a tackle that bad. Let's be real. We kind of do. I wonder if we could trade back and then trade up with our second pick. Is that a whole weird plan? That would never work in Madden. It would just be way too expensive for no reason. So I don't even know if we're going to try that. What's like the earliest pick that we can trade back to? Is that 3 first-round picks? What the fuck? Well, I guess it is up to the number 2 overall pick from 32, so that makes sense. We could trade down to 8 to get a 2, a 3, and a 7. I'm so conflicted, though. I want... Oh, this isn't a bad trade at all right here, but we're never going to use that first. That's too far in the future. This is going to be the last year of the rebuild. So we're just... I don't know. I'm so conflicted. We're going to go with the tackle, I think. He does look pretty good. There isn't anything that looks too bad about him other than his run block power. Everything else does look good though. Really strong, decently quick, has elite agility. That's cool. I'm a little concerned about his dev trait because he has the lax discipline and potentially not great injury, but he looks really good on paper. So let's go with George St. Louis. He does have hidden dev, 93 strength, good overall speed ratings like excel, agility, all that. It's rare that I take tackle this early because a lot of the time the ones this early aren't great, but he does look pretty good. And now I'm fully aware all the pass rushers I wanted are gonna be gone with this pick, but let's see who's available. Nobody good, that's who. Tough scenes. Was that deadass a power rusher with C power moves? That was interesting. This guy looks, I don't know. This linebacker looks really good. Hold on. Cameron Greer. Ooh. He might have to be the pick. We do not need any more linebackers, but he does look good. Dude, a linebacker is the last thing we need. I don't know if we're gonna take him. A slot receiver with B deep route and like decent overall ratings other than like short route running and catching traffic. He's like a big bodied guy. He's not even like a slot type receiver. This is like a mislabeled physical receiver. We don't need him, but I'm also curious. I want to see what he would be like. Is there anyone else here that we could get that could possibly start? Because if not, I think I'll just go with that receiver. Carlos Smith. What's his combine like? Pretty good. He's not like insanely strong. Looks good though. I don't know how much he would go up if we moved him to defensive tackle though. Lindsey Woodson looks pretty damn good too though. I think the plan is we're just gonna take that receiver because I'm curious about what he is gonna be. So let's go. Oh, there's another good big bodied receiver down here. Kamani Boston, but we will go with Eddie Browning because he is weird. Sounds good to me. Probably gonna have normal dev, yep, but maybe he'll be a good overall. We'll see. Okay, and here we are gonna take Lindsey Woodson. I think the last pick I'm gonna make here out of Auburn looks like a solid defensive tackle for sure. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 89 strength, 76 speed, 85 excel. Good lord. I'm definitely happy with that pick. He looks like a good player for sure. But with that, I think I'll simulate the rest of this out and hopefully we ended up with some good players, maybe a starter. Hopefully the tackle is. We'll see. Okay, well, once again, we had a very solid draft. George St. Louis is a 77 overall. That's about what I was hoping he would be. I was hoping for 78, but 77 is good too. Everything about him looks good except his run block power, which even then it's 69, so nice. I'm very mature, by the way. We will definitely take that though. Eddie Browning is a 75. I was hoping he would be a little bit higher. He's a weird player. I just wanted to figure out what he would be like, but he does just kind of look like a typical slot receiver for this game, pretty much. Just big. He's interesting for sure. Lindsey Woodson is very good at a 74, and then I did take this Mike Faro guy at a 74. I didn't even think he would be that good. I thought he would be like a 69, just because his man coverage was like the only good-looking thing about him. It really is the only good-looking thing about him. I don't know how he's a 74, but we'll take it. And then I don't know what the hell the CPU did. The CPU didn't pick a single good player. I don't even know if any of these players will make the team, to be honest. Maybe Stanley Winters and Najee Hillhouse, but that's like it. So definitely a very solid draft, at least the players I picked, you know what I'm saying, because I'm just the greatest drafter of all time, and y'all should bow down to me. No, I actually am kind of curious, though. Let me see where the tackle ranked for players. Probably like top 5, I would guess. Oh, there were some good players in this class. Oh, there were some really good players, but he was number 4. Matthew Scott, a center from Tennessee, at an 82 overall. What's his dev trait? This dude's insane. I've never seen that good of a center in this game. Superstar. Okay, well, I guess that's a max dev trait for a lineman. And there was a very good running back. The receiver that went number 1 overall was really nice. I was thinking about taking Matthew Scott. I kind of wish I did. I was like, was he the center that I was thinking about taking? But yeah, I think I went over him where I took that kind of shitty receiver, so that's fun. I was like, oh, this center probably won't start, but I think he would have over David Andrews, but whatever. But anyways, let's get into year number 3 of the rebuild. English is hard, and hopefully we can do better this year. Can't wait to miss the playoffs. But here's a look at the team heading into the 3rd and final year of the rebuild. We're looking pretty good. We're only an 83 overall. The team has kind of fallen off, surprisingly. I thought we would develop more, but we're definitely not the greatest overall in the world right now. I don't know how we're only an 83. This team does look pretty good. I guess just some of our offense has regressed, and I guess our defense didn't develop a whole lot, but it is pretty good for sure. And no retirements, really. We still have Zach Martin. We still have D-Hop. We still have Aaron Donald. I think we still have everybody we drafted, at least the good players, I mean. So I think we're looking really good. But with that, let's just get straight to the end of year number 3, and hopefully we can finish out this rebuild pretty strong, but we will see. Okay, well, in year number 3 of the rebuild, we do not make the playoffs. Finishing 8 and 9, that's not great. Now again, to be fair, we don't have the best team in the world, but I would bet that we are more than good enough to make the playoffs. But let's check out the season stats super quick. Brock Purdy was he was good other than his interceptions, but he had 17 picks. Aaron Jones was bad, straight up. D-Hop was very good, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Engram was good. Rondale Moore was solid. The blocking was horrific. The only solid lineman we had was Zach Martin. Jack Campbell led the team with 124 tackles. Tackles for loss, we had a lot, led by Aaron Donald with 23 sacks, 17 from Donald, 9 from Luvu, 8 from Armstead. I wish we could have found an upgrade over Drake Jackson. I mean, he's been terrible here. year. I think he'll be good in real life, but it's just hard for pass rushers to actually become good in this game and break out. Even the ones that are already good don't play well half the time. And then interceptions, we didn't have a whole lot, but 3 from CJ Gardner-Johnson, 2 for Campbell and Brents, and then 1 for Brown and Sykes. We'll just go through yearly awards super quick. Mahomes wins MVP on the Titans. Lamar wins Offensive Player of the Year for the Bears. D-Hop at 3. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Aaron Donald, so we will take that. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Cliff Aldridge of the Falcons. I don't know why that name's funny to me. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Craig Williams of the Cowboys. Lindsey Woodson at number 10. I don't even know what he did, but fair enough. But I will say this was a successful rebuild in the fact that, you know, I think this team is a lot better than the actual Cardinals in real life. We didn't develop as much as a team as I thought we would, but it's kind of what happens with Madden sometimes. The team is still solid, and it should get better as the years go on. There just weren't many good players available in free agency either. That definitely didn't help, but it is what it is. I really hope y'all enjoyed, though. This was a fun rebuild. I'm glad we could make the playoffs at least the first couple years. But again, if y'all enjoyed, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. 2,000 likes, I think I set the goal to 15,000 subs, and we'll have a couple new special videos. I do have a special fantasy draft planned for the near future, so maybe expect that soon. But again, thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.